Welcome to this bonus content episode. On May 23rd, 2024, Fortune.com interviewed Kai-Fu Lee, who's an artificial intelligence expert and Taiwanese American venture capitalist based in Beijing, China. Kai-Fu Lee covered some important artificial intelligence topics such as AI helping humans understand ourselves, China's competitive stance with the United States in AI development, and the new era of AI entrepreneurs. Let's hear what Kai-Fu Lee had to say during the interview, and I will add my commentary after each of the 3 audio clips.
So you've said AI is the biggest breakthrough for humanity. It is also the final step to understanding ourselves. So I'm curious, Kai-Fu, why do you think that? And what exactly does that mean, to understanding ourselves?
I think I wrote that in my Ph.D. application in 1983. And yes, at the time I thought once we figure out once we build an AI, we'll know how we think. And that was what drove me to go into AI. At the time was basically AI winter. But what I found out today is I think we can build something much more powerful than human. Not necessarily AGI, but much more powerful than human. And it doesn't have to follow exactly our brain. So the good news is we can build something much more powerful than I thought. The bad news is that it may not give us as much insight about how the brain works. We still have to rely on the cognitive scientists and the brain scientists in the world.
So wait, are you saying that there's something beyond AGI? I thought artificial general intelligence was like the end-all, be-all endpoint. When are we going to reach that, and what's beyond?
Yeah, AGI is defined to be a superset of human intelligence. Everything the human can do, AI can do. I think it's a very narrow-minded and narcissistic view. Because we are humans, so when you watch movies, you want aliens want to become humans, pets want to become humans, monkeys want to become humans, but they don't. You know, AI is this giant machine that gets better with more GPUs and compute and data. It can do so many more tasks, so much better than people. But it doesn't mean it does everything people do, because their brain operates differently from our brain. You know, we don't compare, marathon runners with cars, right? And I don't think we need to compare AI with us, even though it is exhibiting a lot of intelligence. So I'm certain, so if we look at what can humans do and what can AI do, 5 years ago, humans can do a lot, AI can do a bit. There's some overlap. And today, what AI can do is gotten larger than what humans can do, but it's not a complete superset. I think in the next 2 to 3 years, if the human circle of what human capability is this big, the AI will be the size of Earth. But it still may not do everything we can do. It may not have awareness, love, empathy, compassion, or other skills.
So something superhuman, greater than us all, that has no compassion. It sounds like a great world we're building. Great.
And it can fake compassion.
Yeah. Oh, God. Oh, boy.
Artificial intelligence offers several ways to enhance our understanding of human cognition and behavior. Here are some ways AI can contribute. Historical insights. Historians already use AI to analyze vast amounts of old documents, providing a broader sense of how people in various populations lived or perceived the world. Generative AI can even suggest likely answers to unknown questions by filling gaps in historical records. Social research. AI-powered platforms like Glimpse help researchers understand diverse communities. By analyzing data, AI provides insights into specific groups' thoughts and feelings about various topics, transcending traditional research limitations. Social listening. AI can sift through social media posts to gauge public sentiment. However, it's essential to recognize that social media tends to amplify the loudest voices, excluding many who don't share their opinions online. Personalization. AI-driven recommendation systems learn from user behavior, enabling personalized content delivery and better understanding of individual preferences. And finally, cognitive modeling. AI models simulate cognitive processes, allowing researchers to explore how humans think, learn, and make decisions. So, AI can synthesize data, uncover patterns, and provide insights that enhance our understanding of human behavior and cognition.
You're also called the tech prophet, so I want to get some prophecies here from you while I have you.
Okay.
But let's look back. You've written 2 books, both sort of predicting the future in their different ways. Superpowers was sort of the US versus China and who will win. Who will win? Where are we now? Where are both? And were you right?
The last answer to your last question is, of course, yes. The prediction I made in my book was, first, data is the new oil. That makes all the difference. And I think, look what generative AI is, right? Take all the data in the world to train using generative as a way to solve the objective function problem. Second prediction in the book was that US was better at innovation, breakthrough. China was better at execution. And we saw that in the earlier AI days. And in the recent Gen AI, I think we're just about to see it. I think we'll have to see how this works out. But certainly, taking my company as an example, we were 8 years behind a year ago. Now we're probably less than 1 year behind of the top American company. So at least so far, we've been executing. Of course, the last 1 year is the hardest, right? Because think about what OpenAI has achieved in 1 year. So we don't view it in any kind of a hubris or taking for granted. But we have closed the gap because we did execute better in the past year in my company and in other Chinese companies. So I believe in that still. The other point I made was, well, when can US have an unassailable advantage over China? And the point I made in the book was, when the technology became invented by some corporate company, by some corporate entity, not academics, because academics will publish, and that corporate entity chooses to stop publishing, which we are seeing now. So it's definitely plausible that US can extend its leadership because OpenAI and to a lesser extent Google have stopped publishing. But we'll see. So
are China and the US headed on different paths here? Will they even be competitive in their respective AI markets, or will there be the China option for the world to engage with on AI and the US version? And then if that's the case, how the heck do you regulate this all if they're separate things?
Yeah, we're well beyond that, and we're in our parallel universe. This is not ideal. None of us like it, I think, but it is what it is. And given it's a parallel universe, I think we're going to see a lot of interesting American solutions that won't make it to China, and interesting Chinese solution that won't make it to US. So as an entrepreneur or VC or just a curious mind, it would make sense to look at both worlds to see what's exciting in each one, because while you compete in your world, whether it's the American world or the Chinese world, if you have the advantage of actually having studied the other parallel universe, you will have superpowers in the work that you do. But we don't have any unrealistic expectation that US and Chinese AI companies will actually compete in the same country, unless it's in a small number of countries that are friendly with both countries.
The United States and China have emerged as global leaders in artificial intelligence. Both nations have invested billions of dollars in AI technology, leading global investment into research and education, and both China and the United States have adopted national AI strategic plans. Here are some key points to understand the state of competition between both nations. Scholarly research. Since 2017, China has produced more AI scholarly research than the United States. In 2020, China surpassed the United States in the share of AI-related journal citations, indicating qualitative improvement in their contributions to basic AI knowledge. All that being said, the United States still leads in the number of AI conference papers, which are more heavily cited than China's conference papers. Publication sources. In both countries, academic institutions drive the highest percentage of peer-reviewed AI publications. In the United States, corporations contribute significantly at 19.2% of total publications, while in China, strictly the government plays a major role at 15.6% of total publications. Strategic intentions. China aims to become the world's primary AI innovation center by 2030, challenging the United States' long-held top position. The ongoing strategic competition between the two nations significantly impacts their AI development and influences their interaction in various arenas. To sum up everything, while the United States maintains an early and strategic lead, China's rapid progress in AI research and development indicates the fierce competition moving forward between both nations.
It's a new era for entrepreneurs as well, yourself included. If you were you are an entrepreneur, where do you start if you want to get into this AI world? And what kind of wealth creation are we talking about here? I mean, wealth inequity is already so vast. You're talking about this company, OpenAI, can be worth trillions almost overnight, a couple of years. That's very fast. What is the trajectory here for wealth creation, for capitalism in general, for the haves and the have-nots?
Well, this is by far the most advanced and most amazing technology compared to anything by a factor of 10, right? So if you look backwards, electricity, internet, PC, mobile is nothing compared to this. So if you subscribe to that view, right, then there's no reason why any of the companies we mentioned, large or small, couldn't go up by 10x, right, including ours, hopefully even more because we're cheaper. But the mature companies, I don't see why they couldn't go up by 10x because I think this is just so, and also many of the problems that plague these systems, like hallucination, I can predict that they will be more or less solved in a year and a half or so. So yes, they hold things back, but I'm very bullish on these technologies moving forward. Of course, on your other question, I'm also worried that a few big players will dominate more than ever before, and that if one company dominates, it would be a really horrible thing. If 5 or 10 companies are all doing better, that's a lot better. But even in that case, it does create an accelerated pace of job displacement, an accelerated set of difficulties for smaller entrepreneurs. If you could only raise $5 or $10 million and you decide to do an app, take a look at Jasper, right? They built a great app at the time, but the foundation model sucked in all the learnings, and the app became of much more questionable value. And that is not even by evil planning by the platform provider. It's just the natural power of the fundamental models to suck in all that you feed it. So that creates, I think, serious challenges for have-nots, and also researchers. If you're talking about lack of GPUs, I mean, I try to cry to you how few GPUs we have, but we have 100 times more than 99.9% of universities. So what will professors do? So the haves and have-nots have become at a historical gap where professors, entrepreneurs, and people who don't have the skill sets, and people who are working on white-collar, relatively routine jobs, I worry a lot about the disparities for them. And that's, again, why on 01.AI I chose by making this great technology accessible as our mission. And the underlying emphasis is on the word accessible, because I think all of us should do what we can to avoid the case of an extreme haves and have-nots.
We are moving forward into some exciting times with artificial intelligence, especially for those looking at future entrepreneurial opportunities. Here are some trends and areas for entrepreneurs to explore. AI startups and valuations. The AI landscape is booming, with startups like OpenAI, Anthropic, and Databricks leading the way. These companies have raised billions in funding and are transforming industries through AI. AI business ideas, personalized health monitoring, AI-driven health insights and early alerts based on lifestyle and genetics, AI-powered talent matching, matching job seekers with employers using AI algorithms, AI automation agency, offering AI automation services to businesses. Content creation, AI-generated content for marketing and entertainment. Chatbot services, building conversational AI solutions. Photo editing services, AI-enhanced photo editing tools. Cybersecurity software, AI-driven threat detection and prevention. Real estate apps, AI for property recommendations. Environmental monitoring, AI solutions for sustainability. E-learning platforms, personalized learning experiences using AI. Let's now talk about the market outlook. The global AI market is expected to reach $738 billion by 2030. Key areas for AI value include customer operations, marketing, software engineering, and R&D. Remember, staying informed and updated about AI trends and importantly adapting strategies related to AI will be crucial for entrepreneurial success. Okay, thank you for listening to this bonus content and your support of the digital revolution with Jim Kunkel. Please share this episode with your colleagues and connections that will find value from this bonus content. Have a great day.